I forgot to brush my teeth. And I'm going for a walk. So I have to, I'm trying to introduce my friend Eliphas to the world. Modern world. Well, he died in 1875, I think. So he's kind of been in like a state of suspended hibernation for a little while. How you doing? So, Eliphas Levi, he's a magician, occultist from the mid 19th century. But I'm working on a project right now with him and King Solomon and Aleister Crowley. But right now, I'm just trying to get Mr. Levi up to speed on things because back in his time, like, we couldn't do shit like this. So what I did the other day is I broke out some books that I haven't touched in a while. One of them being Crowley's Book of Thoth and Eliphas's Ritual and Doctrine on High Magic. Hey, Don. The basic premise behind all that all this magic stuff is really Jew magic. I don't know if that's appropriate, if that's like anti-Semitic or not, but Jewish people have magic. They do practice magic, by the way. I had a client who came into my store when I was still working at Hugo Boss. I was working with her and her husband to get him suited, and while he was trying on suits, she and we were kind of discussing my background with studying Hebrew and magic and witchcraft. And we got on pretty well. But she taught me a couple of things that were actually pretty fucking cool. Something that her grandmother had taught her while she was still in Israel. It was a ritual to remove the evil eye off of somebody. And they did it with her husband. So we did get along. But the point of it was, do magic. Just like how gypsies practice magic, so do the Jews. I don't know if they call it magic, though. But there's also another perspective on things, which is when you get into those magical orders like the Freemasons or the Golden Dawn. Like that's independent study on Hebrew magic. I'm saying Hebrew magic because that's what I'm just familiar with it that way. I would bet you that if we really dug into like gypsy magic, which I think you have to be like literally in the family to get that kind of education, but I would presume that they're really like intertwined. Like witchcraft is just like unsystematized Jew magic for the most part. I keep saying Jew magic, but when the more that I learned about magic practices, witchcraft, and the occult, the more I realize, like, the fuck, it's all the same thing. It's just different. It's different approaches to the same thing. It's not like, I don't know what the fuck. Like this whole human world that you people live in, magic's not real. There ain't no such thing as magic. There's no Jews. There's no God. No, you're right. You're right. None of that stuff exists. It's all in our heads. It's like you ever tell a mechanic how to fix your car? I suggest that one. Next time you want to tell someone that like there's no God or magic isn't real, witches don't have any power. Witches aren't real. They don't have power. Right, neither are mechanics or doctors. Tell a brain surgeon how to fucking do surgery on a brain. Go ahead. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not real, you fucking assholes. That's why this world is exactly the way that it is. That's why there's all this shit. There doesn't need to be all this stuff. Like, it really doesn't. This is all like, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Perfectly honest. When did things start going haywire? Was it specifically when Satan corrupted Eve? Is that where it goes back to? I think so. I was saying this in an atheist group on Facebook recently. It's like, you owe Satan everything. If Satan had not inspired Eve to eat the apple and corrupt mankind, the world wouldn't look like this. It might just be it might have stayed as two people. I wonder what that would look like. I would love to see that. Because people today, like, they're not humans. I was watching this clip on Facebook last night. Some pastor, I don't know his name, but he's real creepy looking, real sinister looking. And he was being interviewed because he had a private jet. And he was quoted as saying something about how he would never go on a commercial flight because he doesn't want to be locked in a tube with a bunch of demons. And the lady asked, "Are you implying that humans are demons?" And he quickly, like, "Oh, no, I didn't say that. And don't you dare say I said that." But he's right. Or she was right. I mean, whatever it was right. Humans don't exist. Human beings are myth. If you look at the Bible, unless you believe in the Bible, unless you believe in the Bible, human beings are myth. The first two humans were created by God. If you are a human, if you consider yourself a human, you are a child of God. You know that, right? By calling yourself human, you are by default entering in a covenant with a non-human entity that people call God, and you declare yourself as being one of the children of God. Like, what? You don't get to be human just because you got 2 legs, 2 arms, and a fucking brain. You're subhuman. You're beneath a human. I mean, that you could, people will take offense at, "How dare you call me subhuman?" No, but it's true. You're not human. You're not. You're an organism. You're a little demonic little organism. Like, especially if you don't believe in God. Like that, you don't get more demonic than that. Like, who the fuck do you people think you are? Like, I don't understand. You shit on us. You put us to the stake. You burned us. Like, I'm not even just talking about the witches, but even the Jews. Like, the shit that you people have done, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you really are? It's fucking disgusting. You're disgusting. Human beings are disgusting. The organism formerly known as humans, like, they're fucking disgusting. And they're not even cool demons. And demons, you give demons a bad name because demons, fallen angels, fallen ones. Nah, we ain't fucking, the fuck out of here. And then you come and you fucking steal, you culturally appropriate our shit, and then act like it's fucking something, it's this fucking, human ingenuity. Do you know time? Time, you've heard of time. Man-made time is bullshit. You practice the dumbest, most ignorant form of time ever. Because you monkeys thought you're innovating things. We're not gonna do things the natural way, we're gonna come up with our own system. What the fuck is wrong with you? You suck. Your system sucks. Look at the fucking way that people live. You live like animals. I don't have any respect for these things. I don't know, I gotta come up with a new name. Demon's gonna work for now. Have you completely lost your fucking mind? No, I found it. I got rid of the old mind and I allowed the regular mind to fucking come online. Hey, you know, you don't like me like this? Start sending me some money so I can start smoking cigarettes and smoking weed again. Because when I smoke weed and smoke cigarettes, hey man, I'm a fucking everyday guy. Hey, just a regular guy. Once you start taking away my drugs, motherfucker, I'm about to run out of coffee too. I don't even want to know what the fuck's gonna happen once I detox off of coffee. Holy shit. I haven't had money in a month. I haven't had cigarettes in almost a month. Almost haven't had fucking pot in fucking a couple weeks. Like, nigga, you want to talk about me losing my fucking mind? Nigga, I'm fucking getting better. I can't even believe that fucking that's the fucked up part. Is the cigarettes and the pot that was actually fucking me up. This is normal for me. My ex-wife, I cut her a piece of vinyl once. I cut her a tagline for her car. It's not easy to be married to an odd man. It's a tagline we picked up from some show that we used to watch together called Girls. What? Nah, but listen, I grew up thinking I was the Antichrist, so it's not. This isn't all that bizarre to me. I mean, to me, this is fucking perfectly normal. To me, I look at this, I look at right this moment, everything I'm saying right now, I'm being like, of course this would fucking happen. Why would my life be any different than what it is right now? And I'm listening to Aleister Crowley in the back of my head, laughing his ass off. He's loving this. He's fucking loving it. As he should. This is fucking amazing. The Beast 666 meets fucking Toxic 66. You're like a 43-year-old man who lives with his mom. 42 3/4, by the way. And where else would I live? You can get a job and live on your own. Yeah, I did that. It sucked. Yeah, it didn't work. Like, I did that. I had my own house for like 10 years. I had a mortgage. It was fucking the worst. My house was underwater. My house was fucking like, hold on, because when we got the mortgage, when we signed the mortgage agreement, it was $220,000 with a $40,000 down payment. So we owed $80,000 or $180,000. That's not counted. That's not even counting like the fucking the interest and all the fucking the HOA fees. Oh fuck, man. So after 10 years, in 2007, that bitch was $220,000. By 2018, I'd be lucky if I got $80,000 for that fucking place. What? I was $100,000 underwater. Get the fuck out of here. But I still owed $160,000. And again, that's without the interest, compounding. So that was 10 years. We still had about 20 years left on the mortgage. Well, you could have just adjusted the payment. Then nigga, it don't work like that. Not when you're making $60,000 a year. I'm sorry, $65,000 a year. Your wife's making what, like $20,000? Yeah, it don't work like that. And nobody was gonna buy that bitch either. And they weren't buying it for fucking for any more than fucking 80. Holy shit. I should have fucking walked away from it. Get the fuck out of here. The fucking scam. You don't fucking own nothing. Unless you're buying that bitch for cash, don't even bother. And no, the benefits of living with my mom, and like I'm being legit. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. Is like, and there really is. There's a lot of benefits that come to living with my mom. Is one, I have all the fucking time that I can devote to my own work. 'Cause it's not like I just fucking sit around jerking off all day. I mean, this what we're doing right now, this is work. Like I have to work. I have to like also consider like I'm being incredibly transparent and incredibly vulnerable with potentially the entire world, because I'm gonna upload this onto my YouTube channel. And mind you, no, I don't promote it, but that's not the point. I'm not doing this to promote like, hey, let's do a show. No, I need to talk. I need to get shit off my chest. I need to think. I need to express myself. Because between my writing, whoa, a bird chasing a bug. It failed. But I also need to clear space in my head because I'm working on so many different projects right now that it's like, holy shit, I gotta get shit out. And this helps a lot. And I like to keep a documentation of it because, one, I journal all day, every day. I got about 120 fucking journals that have been documenting, except for the one that Miss Kim has. But luckily I have a digital backup of that one, just in case she didn't want to give it up, which I kind of had a feeling that she wouldn't, but I have that. I have over 120 journals documenting my journey over the past 5 fucking years. Just trust me, I have to go back and read these things and go, holy shit, there was some seriously weird shit going on in the world right now that nobody told me about. But here's the thing, it's like, and I was talking to my mom about this the other day, like nobody knows the world from my perspective. Here, I'm gonna show you, I don't know if you can see it. All right, right there. Are those Skeletor socks? Yeah. But do you see that? Do you see that scar? I'll assume you did. But it's like a fucking, it's not too bad. It's like about like an inch and a quarter. But that's from when I was a baby. I was an infant. And something happened. We were actually talking about whether or not it would be that the hospital might still have the record so that we can actually get like a better understanding of what it was. But this was back in like 1980, where I had some kind of infection, some kind of disease, something, and it basically fried my nervous system to the point that I believe it had been like a day or two that the fever had been coursing through my body. Others said that my neck was swollen. There was some shit going on. And when she called the pediatrician, he said, your baby's dying. Get his ass to the hospital now. So they weren't actually planning for me to survive. I was supposed to die. And that didn't happen, obviously. Well, not in the traditional sense. But consider the fact that, like, you have a baby that's basically frying from the inside out. So my nervous system had to be like fucking charcoal by the time they got the fever down. You know what I mean? Not to mention my nervous system and my brain. So who the fuck knows what the fuck happened? Now I've been thinking about this since yesterday, to actually think about getting in touch with the hospital and finding out if they do have the records so I can find out exactly what the fuck happened to me. Because my mother doesn't really know. All she knows is that when I was an infant, I almost died. The doctors were all telling her I was gonna die, but I survived. What did that do to my physical body, though? What did it do to my brain? And yeah, I know, like, it healed, but what? How did it heal? Because obviously, like most people, this doesn't happen to a lot of people, I would have to presume, right? So my nervous system is going to have gone through an experience that nobody else has. Which is part of the reason why I believe that I'm as sensitive as I am to the spiritual realm, or the non-physical realm. I mean, because if you look into like shit like the Kundalini awakenings and spiritual awakenings and conscious awakenings, like a lot of people, they'll explain it where your nervous system is actually upgrading itself. And that makes sense to me, because a lot of the experiences I've had during my journey, during this entire process over the past 5 years, has been having to push myself to emotional and mental extremes that most people will probably say, don't do that. Like, I let my nervous system fry itself out just from fear and anxiety and paranoia and depression. Like, it gets pretty fucking bad. I've had anxiety attacks where I actually convulse, but they're self-imposed. I allow myself to do it. I mean, I don't go, okay, let's do that today. But I would find myself in positions where it would happen. I just gotta let it go. Just let it go. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck really bad, but just do it. And yeah, it'll burn itself out, and then it might take me a day or two to recover, but I come back good as new. But now the bright side of it is it allows my capacity to deal with shit to enhance. So like when I was working at Hugo Boss over this past year, like I had been put into a lot of stressful fucking situations. Like stressful situations that like, oh my God, I gotta walk the fuck out, but I would just let it go. But I would allow the stress, I would allow the stress to just fucking rip through my body. Because the way I looked at it was, aside from the overall work that it was helping me do within myself, it was also helping me learn how to helping to enhance my capacity to deal with other people's bullshit. Which is something which in turn helped me with my patience. I'm a very patient person. But being that that's such a big part of my life right now, and to recognize that it really all started when I was a child, when I was a babe, when I was an infant. The very first time that my fucking nervous system redlined as bad as it has was as an infant, and it was supposed to kill me. But it didn't kill me for a reason, because everything happens for a reason. So that's why I would really like to get my hands on those medical records to see if it's possible, to see exactly what it was. Because fuck it, what happens? And now, and again, like, but once I start mixing in all the woo-woo and the mysticism and the spirituality and the metaphysics into all this, like, I see a story that is completely almost science fiction. We got aliens, we got ghosts, we got gods and demons and devils and witches and warlocks. Nigga, you want to talk about a real-life Harry Potter situation? We balls deep in a Harry Potter situation right now. And I don't know how else to fucking deal with it. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with it, because eventually, I recognize that eventually it's going to go somewhere. Someone's gonna notice. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Because right now, just because of the way that the world is, people ignore me. It's like I'm not even there. But I have to, considering all of the other things that are going on in the world. Can I ask you a personal question? Yeah, I gotta do that. Really? I wouldn't mind that. I'd be cool with that. No, I think you're really cool. Like, listen, you're like one of the smartest ladies I know. No, that's why I fucking bring all this stuff up to you all the time. Well, I mean, I used to. I stopped when you said you had a partner because I didn't want to make you uncomfortable. Because that's not, that, I get it, like. No, but I just find you incredibly interesting. Yeah, that's why I always talk to you. I'm not saying we gotta get married. Like, we're two professional people. Like, we have similar interests in the work that we do. So why not, like, I don't know, I just feel like it would just make more sense that we would collaborate on something rather than just like, oh, I'm doing that. Like, come on. I don't understand that with people. Like, and trust me, you're not the only one. I know it's scary, but like, what do you want to do? Like, everyone is just going at it just by themselves. Like, okay, we're all going at it by ourselves, but what would we all be capable of if we start to team up? To team up and do things that we want to be doing, because we all know, I can tell you for a fact, I know that I cannot do it all on my own. I need a second person. But here's the thing. I need a female counterpart. And I can tell you exactly why. Men, we clash. It's only a matter of time until we don't like each other anymore and be like, alright, this motherfucker's my enemy. Like, it's just the natural way of things. Because nobody wants to be a follower forever. You feel me? Men can't be partners. Listen, you can be gay all you want, but men aren't made to be partners. I'm just saying. Two masculines don't make a right. And listen, the same thing with two feminines. You need to learn how to balance it out, though. Listen, the Bible says that homosexuality is an abomination. Not my problem. But I'll tell you what is an abomination. The thought of me having sex with a man or a man having sex with me. That's an abomination to me. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck how insensitive that is. But having a dick in my mouth or a dick in my ass or a dick that's not my own in my hand is a disgusting thought. I'm so turned off and what's the word? It's such a vile, awful, disgusting thing to think about. I hate it, but I force myself to do it. And I do. I don't just fucking just talk some shit and be like, nah, fuck that shit. No, I try to force it on myself. I force it on myself. And it's just like, oh, I don't like going there. But that's why I do it. Ugh. I'm not that I had the problem with the gays. I don't give a fuck who you're sticking your dick in. I don't. And the same thing goes with the gay ladies. I don't give a fuck. If you'd love to bury your face in vaginas, I don't know. Maybe there's like, they just get there. The female companion is a completely different thing than a male companion. Like I had a gay friend who really wanted to like snuggle with me and like give me a blowjob. And I mean, granted, mind you, I appreciate it. I really do. But it just turns me off. It actually makes me sick in my stomach to think about that. I love and appreciate the fact that you think that way about me, but I can't go there. Which is good because I don't want to go there either. Everyone could be gay. As far as I'm concerned, every man in the entire world can go gay right now. I'd probably be more comfortable with that. Because I have this thing where I feel like everyone either wants to fight me or fuck me. And I would much prefer thinking that it's just that you have all this sexual tension towards me, rather than you want to fucking kill me. But why? Because that boosts my ego. I mean, it boosts my ego either way, because it's like, all right, if you want to fight me, then that means that there's something about me that I have that you don't, that you wish that you did. So now you're just fucking jealous. That's it. But now at the same time, I think the same thing goes for being gay too. I think that's more. Do you want to be honest? Can I get completely homophobic? Homophobic. I'm not afraid of gay people. And I don't hate gay people, but I think there's a component of it, and maybe not all gay people will agree with this, but I will guarantee you that there's at least one gay person out there, one person that poses to be gay, that only does it because of the power they get from it. It's a dominance thing. And it's a dominance and submissive thing. It's a BDSM. That's what I believe. I'm not saying that it's not possible to be in love with another man, a man to be in love with a man. No, I believe it. And a woman to be in love with another woman. I totally believe it. Romantic love. I believe that. But at the same time, I believe that it's also a power thing. Because there are people, believe it or not, Georgie, there are people in this world that actually get off on dominating other people. Would you believe that? Would you agree with me? Yes, right or wrong. There are people in this world that get off on dominating other people that they believe are weaker than them. But at the same time, there are people in this world that get off on being dominated. So, right or wrong? So, logic and reason would dictate that there is at least one homosexual, be it man or woman, that is only doing it because of the power the power that they get from dominating another man. Because I can imagine it. I imagine what it's like to be dominated, and it scares the fuck out of me. I don't like it. I don't want to be someone else's bitch. Like, I have a fear of going to jail and then being, like, gang raped. I watched Oz when I was a kid. When I was younger. My teenage years, I used to watch Oz. And it used to scare... The shit that they used to do to Tobias Beecher... Oh my God. Oh my God, that's like a huge fear of mine. I'm afraid of white people because of that. White people... I'm more scared of white people than I am of any other race. Because when I think of white people, I automatically go to the fucking white supremacists and go, these guys don't give a fuck about anything. They'll fuck their own kind. Well, even that, it's like they're not even their own kind, because some white people aren't the same as other white people. Some white people are fucking like Uncle Toms. Yeah, black people aren't the only ones that have Uncle Toms in their ranks. We also have white Uncle Toms. Just like every fucking race has an Uncle Tom. Ain't no thing. Listen, I'm all about racial equality, but I'm also about racial, like, having pride within who you are. Racial pride. We'll call it that. White pride, black pride, red pride, yellow pride, brown pride. Own it. But don't get on one race. The white man is the fucking, and you know what? Yeah, in America, this is the way. Sorry, bud. I don't know what to fucking tell you. It came in that way. But look at it like this. Act like a fucking man. Stop blaming other people for your shit. You let it happen just as much as everybody else let it happen. Hey, just like Brother Malcolm said, the white devil is the only devil that's gonna fuck his own people in the back. And you know what? All the other races learn to do the same thing. So, you don't fucking tell me that the white people are the only people that fucking fuck their own people over. You want to get really racist? You want to get really racist? Who was selling the black people to the white people that came over as slaves? Who oppresses the Mexican people in Mexico? Who oppresses the Middle Eastern people in the Middle East? Who oppresses the Asian people in Asia? Okay, can you tell me that? Who oppresses the black people in Africa? Who's doing all the work? Who's oppressing all the white people in America? White people aren't oppressed. And nigga, you ain't white. You don't fucking tell me that my people aren't oppressed when you aren't even one of my people. Right? Right or wrong? We want to make this a fucking skin color thing. I'll take you down to Pleasantville. Pleasantville's real, well, it's actually getting nicer, but it used to be a real shithole. It used to look like a shithole. We go down to Camden, go up to Newark. Or maybe go down to fucking Skid Row in LA. You ever walk around Skid Row in LA? I'll bring you on a tour around Skid Row. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's been a couple years. Maybe things have changed. I'll take you on a tour around 2019 Skid Row at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Or we go around Atlantic City. Listen, white people got it just bad as everybody else. Do you think working 9 to 5? You gotta sit like. Do you know what regular life is for white people? You know how fucking awful it is to pay bills. I remember one night I had right before I left my home, I had a roommate who moved in. She was black, and she had 2 little kids with her, and I allowed them to come move in because my wife and my son moved out, and I had 2 bedrooms and a couch. And the plan was to rent my place out to her and her kids so that I can get the fuck out of there. She was a fellow tower reader, and we were working together for a little bit. So eventually the way things worked was I set the room up for the kids because my son had a bunk bed. They were going to get the room, she was going to get my bedroom, and then I was going to stay on the couch. The idea behind that was I don't want to sleep on the fucking couch. But if I'm uncomfortable, it's going to motivate me to get shit done. You know what I mean? She ended up staying on the couch. So did the kid. I had 2 couches. As a matter of fact, big couches. I didn't spend no expense. I don't fuck around when it comes to fucking furnishing my home. I think I spent about like $2,000 on those fucking couches. Love those couches. But anyway. Well, they were big. They were full-length couches. I had one against the back wall and I had one against the side wall. Because I had a very lush, open space in my living room. My living room was very, very open. And there was enough room for 2 big couches, so I fucking put 2 big couches in there. Which came in handy, because my wife used to like to entertain. So there would always be a space for people to fucking hang out, sit. Plus we had the kitchen area, and it was very nice. But the work I had to put into fucking getting that fucking place, nigga, I wanted to kill myself every single fucking day. I had to drown myself in rum and video games and drugs just so I could fucking maintain the fucking mental stability I needed to fucking continue going to work every fucking day. Between 40 and 70 hours a week. Fluctuating. It would depend on the time of year, but there was once I had to work a fucking 80-hour week in 7 days. 80 hours. I think my paycheck had 80.5 hours, 80.3, some shit like that. How much fucking in taxes I paid on that? I didn't even get the fucking money. Insurance? Yo, $100 a week? What? I remember at one point it was like $140 a week. Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, I was making $1,100 a week. I think after taxes, but once you start deducting all of the shit out of it, what? What are you talking about? What is this? I was a fucking prisoner. I was a prisoner to the fucking banks. You sign a fucking mortgage agreement? You ever sign a mortgage agreement? I dare you. I double dare you. The next time you ever think about buying a home? My boy just fucking bought a house. And everyone's congratulating him on Facebook. And I don't know what to say. It's like, bro, I hate congratulating debt. That's like fucking congratulating somebody for dropping a bowling ball on their foot. To me. I don't like mortgages because I took a course in real estate. Do you know, did you read your mortgage agreement? Or did you have a lawyer fucking do it for you? One of the things I had to do in real estate class was read a fucking a mortgage contract. You read one of those motherfuckers, if you can actually make it to the end without fucking blowing your brains out, if you can make it to the end of that and you still sign it, you're an asshole. And you deserve exactly what's coming to you. Oh, just wait for your house to go underwater. Wait for the next recession. Oh my God. Or the interest rates to go up. I got a fixed mortgage, and I got a fixed rate, and I paid off a couple points. That's fucking great. So did I. And I got my house, I got my condo in 2007. By 2008, there was the crash. The crash in 2008, and within a couple years, boom, I lost $100,000. I didn't even have to do anything. All I had to do was just keep on going to work and keep paying the bills. So wait, you're telling me that by following the rules, I just lost $100,000? How the fuck does that work? You ever see that movie? You ever see that movie with fucking Michael Douglas falling down? That's like one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I get it. I fucking totally get it, man. Oh, then I get a fucking divorce. I get a divorce. My wife hits me with alimony, no child support. Well, because listen, I talked to her about. We text messaged about it. She had the alimony so that I wouldn't go to jail because she knew I wasn't going to pay the child support. I didn't have any money. I don't have a job. She knew that I wasn't going to be able to pay the child support, so she had it put as alimony instead. Now, well, why the hell did she even do that? That's a great question. That's a really great question. Because my suggestion was this. The last conversation we had about it, I said, why the fuck are you going to a lawyer? Why don't we just do it online for $140? We don't have anything to split. All we have is the house, and the house isn't even worth shit. You already know what days you want him. You want him 4 days a week. I take him 3 days a week. Okay, what else do we need to do? Yeah, but you know what she did? Through the court, she had all of my parenting time taken away. The court decided that zero parenting time. Zero. Nobody told me when the fucking court date was. And yeah, I know I could have done my due diligence and found out on my own, but when I did reach out to her mother, because I couldn't get in touch with her, I reached out to her mother. Her mother wouldn't even tell me. I ain't saying nothing. That's what she said to me. I ain't saying a word. What? Yeah, but are we divorced yet? I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. Are we even getting divorced? I ain't saying nothing. You want to see your son? Talk to a lawyer. Excuse me? The fuck is wrong with you people? But at the same time, that dude, my son, he's gonna be 16 this year. He ain't a fucking baby. And like my wife said, like, before we were divorced, we had been separated for quite some time. We had been separated for like almost 6 months. Well, no, it was probably, yeah, no, it was about 6 months. She said to me, she's like, because I asked her about it, like, did you want to talk or anything? He's not ready to talk to you yet. He's old enough, he's 11. He's old enough to make his own decisions. And I agree. Don't be judging her. I agree. Because that boy was given a lot of responsibility. We put a lot on him for him to grow up at a very early age. You can make your own decisions. Nobody forces, like, that. One, yeah, I have my way of parenting. I have my own dictator way of parenting, but one, you're your own individual. You don't need me to tell you what to do. Because one, if I tell you what to do, your mother's going to tell you the exact opposite. So like, why? Fuck it. Do what the fuck. Do as thou wilt, motherfucker. You don't want to talk to me? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to take advantage of that time and do what I need to do for me. I look at this post the other day on Facebook. Someone posted this picture of like this 1-bedroom fucking apartment. Not even a 1-bedroom apartment. It's this little flat about the size of like 3 closets with a hardwood floor, an air mattress, a couple beers next to it, and a TV on the floor. Real men will do whatever that will live in situations like this just to see their kids. No, that's a fucking guy who's being forced to do something he doesn't want to do. That's why he's drinking that beer, because he's regretting every choice in his entire fucking life that led him to that situation, going, God damn it, I should have fucking pulled out. Facts. That's fucking disgusting. Is it? Is it, or is that exactly the way that things are? Hey, listen, just because she got the kids doesn't mean he has to like be happy about it. Like, hey, welcome to my one fucking bedroom. Welcome to my room where I sleep on the floor like a fucking dog. Don't mind the empty beer cans. That's just daddy having a nervous breakdown. Right. Because that's healthy for the kids. Fucking idiot. Nah, how about this? How about you guys all go and do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do? Go live life. Go live life. Be free. I'm gonna go be free too, but I'm gonna do all of the shit that I regret not doing before having a kid. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I just have bigger ambitions than most people. I want a good job with a nice retirement plan. Nigga, I'm done. I ain't working for nobody no more. I work for myself. And if it means having to go to fucking extremes like living at my mom's for a couple of years, so fucking be it. Because you know what? My mommy is my favorite lady in the entire world. And unfortunately, and we can both agree with this because I'm the oldest of 3. And I know that she knows that we both know. But right now, the situation that she's in, which is actually not bad. Like, I'm very proud to see how her life has grown since I was a kid. Because I remember the shit that my brother and my sister don't know. I know shit that those two don't know. I've been there to see shit that they never got to see. And I know they can say the same thing, but as the oldest, I know the things that they don't want to know, that they don't have to know, that they're better off not knowing. So to see my mother happy with a man that actually respects her, You know what happened yesterday? I was walking through the kitchen. I was going to get myself a cup of coffee or a snack or something. And I look outside. They're out by the pool. And he's giving her a massage. Do you know how good that made me feel? You know how fucking good that made me feel? To see my mother getting a massage by a man that loves her unconditionally. This man is like fucking sent from heaven for her. Considering my father and my brother's father, like, those two fucking guys, they're fucking mine. Well, my father's dead. I'm the only thing left that she has of my, well, that's not true. She has his shit downstairs. We got some stuff of his down in the basement, but I was actually thinking about this yesterday, and like, one of the things, like, I have to stop feeling bad, because there's a part of me, like, I don't have any money coming in right now. Like, I have no money. I got 24 cents in my bank account. I can't give her any rent. I gotta eat scraps. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with it. Because I'm learning to get myself used to that feeling of not having anything. Why? Because it's something that I need to face within myself. I need to face that fear of not having what I want. Not having what I want so that I can learn to appreciate what I do have. You know what I mean? It's a little deep, but if you were the witness to my life, then you would know exactly why I believe in what I'm doing so much. So I don't really give a fuck what people think. What they judge. I just had to break up. With a friend of mine. A lady friend of mine. Someone who I was in a deep emotional relationship with for 2 fucking years. You know why? Because I don't have money. I can't provide for her the way that she needs to be provided for. That she wants to be provided for. Hey, that's okay. That's good. That's actually a good thing. Why? Because now I know what she was after in the first place. And I don't need to fucking have to keep on investing all of that emotional intensity into a relationship that, one, isn't going anywhere. Now, mind you, I ain't stupid. A brother knows if I had bucks in the fucking bank, trust me, she'd be all up on it. All up on it. Take the fucking emotional shit out of the picture, all of her emotional trauma. Trust me, money has a way of healing emotional wounds that emotions just don't. She told me months ago, I need a partner who's going to help me financially. I need to find a life partner who's going to help me financially. At that moment, that's when I realized, that's when I heard it. Unless you got money, you ain't getting in here. All right. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm fine with that. As much as I love you, like, you just showed me that I have to start pulling it back now, which isn't easy. It wasn't just like a cutting off the cord. Like, it took me a couple months to finally, okay, we're doing this. But it was perfectly timed because I found out that she was seeing somebody else or talking to somebody else at the very least. All right, well, I mean, if it's that important to you, go, do your thing. I said it. And I know I threw it in her face too, and I felt bad about it. No, I didn't feel bad about it. I was actually just stating a point, but I could see where she came from because she got upset because it made her think that she can't trust me with telling me her secrets. Not that she tells me any secrets, but I said, it's like, as soon as you said that you were looking for a partner to split your bills with you, that's when I realized that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to couple up with someone who just wants me for my money. That's not how this works. Well, fuck you. Fuck you if you think that's the way, or fuck the way that you think that I'm doing my life. Hey, that's not my problem. I don't know anything. I'm just telling you what I know, what I feel. You could have just been saying that because you're in a mood, for all I know. But as soon as you said that, that was a major red flag for me. Just like girls have red flags with guys, like, that's a red flag for me. I'm looking for somebody to split my bills with me. Okay. Well, nigga, that ain't me. But what I would like to do right now is at least be able to fucking take care of my mother. Like, she's got to work. I mean, she only has to work like a couple days a week. But I'd like to see it where she doesn't have to do that at all. But but now also consider, like, the work that I do, I'm building up. Like, I have a vision. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm doing. And I know how what I'm doing at the moment is preparing for that eventuality. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of frustrating sometimes because I really wish it would be to a point where the money was coming in to such a degree that I could just boom. How's the pay, mommy? How's the pay, mama? Why don't you guys go on vacation and don't ever come back? And here's for all the money I couldn't give you. Me and him, we'll watch the house. You guys go on vacation for like a fucking year. Go do whatever the fuck you want. Look, here's enough money to keep you busy. How about this? I'll even give you a job and then you just fucking... Here's your job. Enjoy your life. That's what I said to my stepfather. When I got back from Texas, I went to Texas a couple years ago. And I made a deal with my stepfather. He wanted to be like the vice president of the company. My company's going to be actually like 3 years old this year, but I didn't want to give him the vice president spot because it was just like, one, nobody's actually taking me really serious, but I'll give you a manager position, and here's your job. And this is what I said to him. I was like, your job, chill on the couch, watch TV, grow pot, drink some beers, enjoy yourself. That's your job. And we shook on it. I offered my brother a job. He didn't want to take one. I offered him a job being my security, but he didn't want it. But then I think I said my outfitter too. But they're not his thing. My job is research and development. That's why I incorporate all of my spiritual practices, everything I've learned about the universe, all my metaphysical practices. Like, it all gets lumped up. My life is my business. My business is my religion. My religion is my business. That is how it should be. Speaking of, we gotta get back. So, plus I want to talk to my friend. I actually want to ask her a genuine question. Can I ask you a question? Like, I know this fact. Can I ask you a question that has been bugging me for years? You shave the side of your head. And if you're not comfortable talking about this, please, it's no pressure. It's just, I don't know. It's something that's been on my mind for a long time. And for some reason I always thought that if I brought it up, it would be, rude. Like, you might think it's rude. But I'm actually genuinely interested. You shave your head, the side of your head. And you have a scar on your forehead. Would it be too much if I asked you, the backstory on that? I don't know why it's so important that I know, but I don't know. It's just it's one of those things gotta ask. And if it's too personal, don't. I'm not gonna be offended if you think it's too personal of a question to be asking. Something you don't want to talk about. But I know you shared some of your backstory with me, and I'm just kind of curious if that is related to any of it. Motherfuck. It's a good song. Alright, so I always want there's a salon over here. And there's usually ladies out back. I always wonder if they hear me when I'm fucking going on my rants. Because sometimes I'm fucking like losing my shit and I see fucking ladies sitting back here, I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, it's right behind there. You know what I need? $13 so I can go buy a pack of cigarettes. But I want to see what happens if I smoke. Because I do enjoy smoking. I haven't had fucking pot in forever. No, I'm waiting on Hugo Boss to fucking give me they owe me like $700. Well, they owe me like $3,000. But I'm hoping the fucking motherfuckers can at least give me 7 soon. I've been waiting like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I've been waiting 3 weeks, but this is a thing that's been going on for like fucking 4 months. I'm just fucking tired of fucking complaining about it. And if you consider the fact that I got 24 cents in my bank account, like $640, which is how much it should be. $640. That's not nothing. When in comparison to fucking 24 cents. There's a tobacco outlet right there. And the pizza place. Like, I would love a fucking slice of pizza right now. Or I've had this obsession with like these fucking recipes on Facebook that people post. I would love to go to the fucking store and buy a bunch of supplies and start fucking cooking some of the delicious foods that I see people make on Facebook. Like that would really make my day. But it's a fucking Saturday. Not gonna have money it's definitely not coming in today. It's definitely not coming in tomorrow. Maybe next week. And it may not even come in because I told the fucking big bosses to suck my dick the other day. Well, I didn't literally say suck my dick. But I wrote an essay that when you compress it, it says, go fuck yourself, give me my money, or suck my dick because I'm going to tell your boss, I'm going to get your boss involved soon. I'm giving you a week to before I get your boss involved. So, and trust me, I recognize that I was talking to the vice president of the company. So, the senior vice president of sales. So, I recognize, and the company's third-party lawyer. The old budsman from Germany. I'm getting the fucking world involved in this shit. The compliance department, the fucking legal department. Fuck you, man. I don't give a fuck if it's fucking $600, $3,000, or motherfucking $10 at this point. Because you are not. I don't give a fuck how big of a corporation you are, but your fucking big ass corporation is now going up against my little ass company. And we are not gonna fucking stop until we get your balls in our hand and squeeze them so fucking hard that we can feel the skin oozing between my fingers. You fucked with the wrong motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right motherfucking now. And I told him this in the fucking email. I ain't going away until I get what I want. So you tell me what I need to do to impress upon you all that I'm going to get my way. And this ain't my first rodeo with a corporation. I know that every single one of you on this email has a boss. And I know that your boss doesn't want to be bothered with this shit. So you have 1 week to get me something to respond. I don't hear nothing, I'm gonna get your boss involved. And I'm gonna go as far up the corporate fucking ladder as I gotta go until somebody gets me my money or I get a really good motherfucking reason. Derek, you realize that they're getting the whole fucking legal team Oh, hell yeah. That's why they're not saying anything. I'm not stupid. You ever see that fucking episode? Do you ever see The Bronx Tale? You know that part where Sonny's walking with the kid, and those fucking bikers, they go to the bar, right? And then the bikers, they disrespect the bar. Well, I mean, at first it's like, he gets there, they're dressed like bikers, and the one dude's like, oh, Sonny, I told these guys that they ain't dressed properly, they gotta go. And then the one biker's like, hey man, we're just here for a couple beers, that's it. We just want a couple beers. There's a couple beers? Alright, get the guys a couple beers, alright? Ain't nobody causing trouble. So as Sonny's walking out the bar, the fucking bikers, they start pissing all over the bar. Not literally, but they start shaking up the beer and start spraying the fucking bartender. Oh, what are you doing? So now Sonny's got to do some shit. All right, you know what? You want to fuck around now? Now we're gonna fuck around. So he shuts the door and he locks it, and he goes, "Now you can't leave." And at that moment is when they realized they fucked up. Now, my thing with Hugo Boss, and this has been, like I said, this has been going on for like 4 months now. They've apologized. They've already apologized twice. So they acknowledge that they fucked up. Like, and mind you, the regional manager who was in charge at the time, technically it was him. He was the one who set this whole thing up. And I would bet that if I sat down individually with everybody that's involved with this right now, they would all go, hey, listen, that was Frank's thing. We're really sorry, but like, we don't know what to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Well, don't worry about it. You don't have to tell me anything. Because I'm going to tell you. Frank was a representative of the company. So Frank was making deals behind your people's back. Frank was withholding information from me. Now, here's the thing. You were Frank's boss. Right or wrong? Frank answers to you. When you call Frank, Frank goes, hey boss, right? Why were you allowing Frank to do what he was doing unsupervised? What were you doing? One of my wet dreams when I was a kid, one of my wet dreams was to reenact devil's advocate in my life. Satan is my father. You don't fucking believe me? Go ahead. Watch through all these videos. Go to my Facebook page too, Derek Pignataro. I would also recommend, if you're really into it, you can try hunting down my old Twitter posts, Toxic Rex, on Twitter. But I got banned. I got kicked off, so that might not be there anymore. But the point is this: do not fuck with me. I fuck with forces of nature that eat your nightmares for breakfast. Consider, I'm not saying you have to believe it. All I'm saying is just give it the benefit of the doubt and just assume that all the worst possible horrible fears that you have ever had took physical form in me. After Sonny and the rest of his crew, after they beat the living piss out of the bikers, they drag them the fuck outside, throw them into their bikes, kick the bikes over. They kept the beating kept going. The beating didn't stop just there. But Sonny goes up to the leader of the bikers, the presumed leader, and he picks him up by his fucking hair. He goes, I did this to you. I did this to you. Remember my face. Remember me. Now, when it comes to Hugo Boss, I recognize Hey, and you know what? I could be wrong. It's the company. It's not the people. But I'm also studying Dungeons and Dragon theory. What does that mean? I'm studying the rules and laws of the game because I find them interesting. I find them incredibly interesting because you got to take into consideration that the rules and laws of Dungeons and Dragons, and laws, when I say laws, I'm talking about the metaphysical laws, the metaphysical principles that exist within that particular fictional universe. But I'm also a practitioner of metaphysics. I've said this many times, I'm a witch. I do practice witchcraft. I do practice magic. I have the ghost, I have the spirit of at least one 200-year-old magician who's in my head watching this whole thing happening right now. I have Aleister Crowley living in my head. I have King Solomon in my head. I have King David in my head. I have a lot of motherfuckers living in my head that are watching this going, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we were trying to make. This is exactly what we were talking about. But one thing I know, and human beings, we can all agree to one degree or another. Monsters know exactly what the fuck they're doing. These guys, they're fucking with me right now. There's a reason that they're not being cool and they're not like anything. Respect begets respect. Exactly. You want respect from me, you better start showing some fucking respect. Hey, I know, big words. But I'm not getting a lawyer involved. And kind of like what I said to them the other day. Hey, I'm taking care of this myself. I don't need to fucking hide behind a fucking lawyer. I didn't say the lawyer word because I don't want to get anyone all nervous, even though, I know that they're at their legal team right now going, what the fuck do we do? But that's why I put everything that I do and think and say online. You have absolutely nothing on me. You ever see the part with Joker in Batman, The Dark Knight? Where Batman is interrogating the Joker. What, are you going to make fun of my mom? You going to tell my mommy the things I do? Hey, it is what it is, man. This is my job. This is my work life. You want to get my personal life involved with my fucking business life? We do it. I'm gonna see what I can do about meeting your family. How about that? Oh, my brother's an employee of the company as well. They don't know that, as far as I know. It's quite possible that Hugo Boss might take retaliatory actions against my brother because of the things that I'm doing, which I believe is illegal. There's actually in the back office of every single Hugo Boss store, there's a compliance department phone number, email, and what it says is like basically if you feel like there's been any kind of retaliation, please let us know. Yeah. That's why I got the compliance department involved. That's why I got the ombudsman involved. Now the ombudsman, his role, he doesn't necessarily work for Hugo Boss. He's a third party. And that's why I got him involved, because it's like, hey, listen, I just want you to see what's going on here, because technically it probably wouldn't be the worst idea for me to have a lawyer, a labor lawyer involved in this. Because you're having me travel and you're not paying me for that travel? You're giving other employees stipends for managing a store without officially being the manager, but You didn't give me one? Why? When I was the manager. You go, you do a survey with every single employee that came to help me out, because that's what they were saying, help me out. Even the regional manager said, oh, I got this person to help you out this weekend. So they acknowledged the fact that I was running the store. But what they didn't do was give me the extra money for running the store. And I know, it's only $1.49, some shit like that. Shit. It wasn't like a tremendous amount of money, but mind you, I had about 800 hours clocked into that store. Right? What's 4 months? Roughly, and this is just a slight exaggeration, but 50 hours a week for 4 months. That's 4 weeks per month, about. So 4 times 14, right? Or 4 times 14. 4 times 4 is 16. Holy shit. I might have underestimated. Because it went from October 16 to March 1st, to February 28th. So that's, okay, but it's only like 2 weeks in October, but still, like November, all of December, all of January, all of February, and then 2 weeks of October. Okay, so four and a half months. That's 18 weeks, about 50 hours a week. Because I was working, I only had off, over the course of that time, I only had 10 days off. Literally. Including Christmas and Thanksgiving. I didn't get Christmas Eve, I didn't get the day after Christmas, I didn't get Black Friday, and I didn't get the day before Thanksgiving. Like legit. Only a few times did I go home for 2 days straight. And then I'd have to get back up. Mind you, it's a 5-hour trip from me to that store. They had nobody else to fucking do it because nobody else was willing to invest as much time into it as I did. Not to mention that I literally put the store back together again. The condition of that store from when I got there to when I left, how fucking dare you? How dare you? I don't give a fuck that it's me. Let's take me out of the equation. Some guy comes into your store, into your fucking company, and fucking redoes your entire store for you, which is your job. He does your job for you. You shaft him on travel money, which you were giving to somebody else. At least one other person was getting paid to travel. And you offered a manager stipend for other people, to other people who refused to come to the store. I'll give you a stipend, an extra $1.50. And they said no. Oh, when you put it like that. Yeah, no shit. Trust me, these guys, they fucked up. The reason that they're not talking, the reason that they're going to legal right now is because they know how badly they fucked up. Because this is bigger than just like a couple $1,000s. I will bet you, not to mention all the fucking stress and anxiety. I keep journals every single day. If I showed you the shit that I was writing back then, there was one day, like towards the end, I was, my last week in New Hampshire, because my last job I did in New Hampshire for 2 weeks. I took 1 day off out of 14. Because I had to take a day off. I literally had to take the day off. I had to call the dude I was working with and be like, yo, I'm not coming in today. I texted him because I knew if I called him, he was going to try to sell me on coming in. Guilt tripped me into going in, which I knew. But that's why I text him. Because I'm not dealing with this shit right now. Like, I'm here doing a fucking favor, and you guys are fucking 9 days straight? I don't think so. I'm taking a fucking day off. Not to mention the shit I had to go through just to get the company to pay for my fucking room. The fucking, when I got home, I spent 2 weeks in bed. dealing with the fucking stress. My Facebook page, if you go to my Facebook page and read the shit that I was writing, I lost my fucking mind. But I knew it was happening because I'm one of those people, like everything happens for a reason. And I knew that there was a good reason why this was happening. And I knew that they were taking advantage of me from the fucking get-go. But I let it happen because I wanted to see how far it was going to go. I wanted to see, okay, well, at what point are they actually going to do the right thing? Let's see. And they did not. Consistently. And it was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I have to let this continue. I don't have a choice. Because I remember even before I went to New Hampshire, I had brought up, I asked the guy, I'm like, well, do I get paid for my travel? And he said yes, which we it's a whole other thing. And then I said, okay, now mind you, there was a reason I asked him that. And the reason I asked him that was because it was a baited question. Like I was setting him up. Because at this point, from this moment on, this is when I knew, like, okay, this guy is really not my friend. He only pretends to be my friend to get what he wants. He uses emotional manipulation. And that's what they did. And I saw them. He wasn't just doing it to me. He was doing it to multiple people. Hey, sunshine. If you call people sunshine, people take that to heart. I know my friend. She saw this man as her friend. Calling her sunshine. Oh, sunshine, I need you to do a favor for me. Just fucking using the fuck out of her. I bet she hasn't heard from him since he quit. I bet. Surprised if anyone heard from him since he quit. But like I said, I baited him. I know it's not honest. But I didn't know what else to do because this guy, he's got a way with words. So I said to him, like, do I get paid for the travel? Of course. Oh, all right, cool. So let me ask you a question then. Why, I have about 140 hours, I have 124 hours of travel time from Lancaster. Why didn't I get paid for that? That wasn't part of your shift. What? Does that make sense? Again, on me. I said yes, but I meant no because it didn't make any sense. And I know I should have inquired further, but just the fact that I was able to get that question out of my system and say that was a lot. It's not. Listen, when you're dealing with a company like that, like a company this size, like, I don't know, it just got a little intimidating. Like, I was like afraid. And when I got the question out of my mouth, a lot of what happened was, holy shit, I can't believe you just asked that. And so it was just like, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But it didn't make any sense because what I was doing was, like, I would leave here early in the morning, like between 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning, hop on a train in Atlantic City, then have to take the train to Philadelphia, which is about an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. And then from Philadelphia, I'd have to wait sometimes between 15 minutes to an hour and a half for another bus or for another train going from Philadelphia to Lancaster. Then once I get to Lancaster, then I have to get a lift from the train station to the store. Or depends. It depends on the time. Because sometimes I would have to go directly to the hotel. Sometimes I would want to go directly to the hotel. Just to get my shit just put my shit away. I remember one time I was scheduled to have 2 days off. And my friend who worked in Tannersville, co-worker, and then friend, we were friends. I'd like to believe we were friends. But she was coming down to help me. And it was hard for her because she was running her own store that was like limited on staff. Originally she was supposed to be there for 2 days because I needed days off. I had been working for a couple weeks straight. with no days off. I had no coverage. So I got home, literally like that afternoon when I'm home, I get a phone call that she can't work both days. Which would mean I just got home last night. I'm in bed. Like, I can't get up. You're telling me that I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, take a fucking 5-hour trip back to Lancaster to open the store? Like, what the fuck? I have things that I'm doing. I have a life. I have a business that I'm trying to fucking manage. All right, well, do you want me to scramble and see if I can get somebody to cover for you for the weekend? Yes! Yes, scramble! I didn't say it like that. No, that was the conversation. Do you want me to scramble and get somebody to cover for you for the weekend? I close my eyes because in my head I'm watching myself fucking rip this man's soul out of his body. What little soul he had left. Because he wasn't even a fucking human being at that point. He was just a company fucking husk. That company sucked his soul out of him. I felt bad for him, but this fucking guy, he made that promise to me. I had no faith in him. Absolutely no faith in him. But I said, scramble. And then we hung up the phone. Then my friend Cindy, she calls me back. I went out with my mom. We ran into the mall. I was helping her do a return. I love doing returns. And I like doing returns for my mom. I try to help out the best I can. But my friend Cindy, she calls me up. She's like, "Oh, all right. So change of plans. I can stay." Oh, thank God. Thank God. You just made my fucking day. So then a couple hours go by. It's nighttime again. She calls me back. I gotta go. One of my guys, he fucking called out. I need something. So I ended up having to go back. But the thing was, I was actually waiting on a package too. I was taking Alpha Brain at the time. Or I was trying to experiment with Alpha Brain. I had taken Alpha Brain earlier last summer, and I had seen like some really positive results from it. So what I did was I ordered a supply, and it was supposed to come in that next day, which is why I needed 2 days off. It was like, all right, I got shit I got to do. Because like I said, I have my own business and my own work that I'm doing. And yeah, Hugo Boss is giving me an arena to exercise some of the skills that I'm picking up. But at the end of the day, my business is my business, and my life is based around my business. My business is based around my life. So what I had to do was, and I didn't even take any clothes, because I'm like, all right, this motherfucker said he's gonna scramble and get somebody, because I ain't bringing fucking clothes with me. So I fucking traveled light. I only had my attire for the day, because I was coming home that same night. This motherfucker doesn't call me till 5 o'clock. I couldn't find anyone. I don't have anybody. Derek, I need you. What? My next day off. You're telling me you can't find nobody, and I'm not going to be able to come home again for another week and a half? Legit. I wish I can give you a day off. Oh, excuse me? You wish you could give me a day off. Nigga, who's helping who? Oh my God. Oh, I know, like, this was supposed to be confidential. This is supposed to be between you and me. Why are you telling everybody all these things about me? Because you're a fucking scumbag, that's why. Because you're a weaselly little fucking cunt. And I don't give a fuck if your boss was up to your ass. I don't give a fuck. You're a fucking grown-ass man. Stand up for your fucking self. I don't give a fuck if the company was fucking slapping you around like a little bitch. Stand up for yourself. I was letting it happen because, one, I was hoping, I was fucking praying. I was praying to be in a situation like this where I gotta fucking stand up to a global fucking hydra. Do you know anything about Hugo Boss? How big Hugo Boss is? Hugo Boss has its tentacles in every continent on the world. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe Antarctica. Well, here's the thing about that. I don't know what happened to the Nazi bases on Antarctica. I mean, I don't know about the claims. But let's just say those claims about the Nazis having bases in Antarctica, let's just say they're accurate. Hugo Boss is the land. I mean, aside from Volkswagen and Fanta, but Hugo Boss is legit the last remnants of the Third Reich. Hugo Boss was a fucking card-carrying Nazi. The only reason that company still exists is because after the Americans whooped the ass out of the Nazis, well, I mean, if you want to go off of history, the history books, but after World War II was over and the United States had like kind of cleared things out, or the Allies, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they were doing just as much raping and pillaging as the fucking Nazis. Well, actually, I heard I don't know, from one of the books I read, is like the Nazis actually had respect for the people in the countries that they were invading. That really, the point of the quote invasions was to make sure that they just kind of like could have some breathing room. That it was when the Americans came in and the British came in, it's when shit got fucking nasty. You ever hear about the fucking American troops that actually had to get hung for all the raping that they did in France? That the United States government actually sanctioned brothels for the United States troops. It's like one of those dark fucking secrets that whoa, don't talk about that. But after the war, Hugo Boss was dragged through the mud and he had to give up the company. But I don't know about business law. I don't know like the metaphysics behind business, but apparently it exists. The entity, you cannot get rid of the entity. So he gave the entity over to his son-in-law, who then converted it into like a high-end men's fashion. It's a cool story. It's a cool company. I love the company. I love the history. But going off what I said is like, it's possible Hugo Boss has fucking tentacles on every single continent. And if those alleged former Nazi camp or bases were in Antarctica, it's quite possible, not impossible, but it's quite probable. Yeah, maybe improbable, but however you want to look at it, that Hugo Boss might even be in Antarctica. Who the fuck knows? Alright, anyway. But these are the people I'm dealing with. And fuck it, you know what? If I get to go up and stand up against the fucking Nazi order, fuck, have at it, bro. I ain't afraid of you. Worst case, what do you do? Fire my brother, kill my family, send hitman after me. I don't know how business works like that. I mean, it's possible. Get rid of this fucking guy. Hey, shut this guy up. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a mob. That's all it is. It's a sanctioned mob. And these guys are going to do what they got to do to protect themselves. Right? Like, they're going this far just to protect $3,000? Then what the fuck else you guys doing? Hey, trust me, I've seen some shit. I love spilling beans. I love it. I love that shit. Because you're not going to disrespect me. I don't give a fuck. You can disrespect. I'm not one of these little kids. Or little kids. Fucking 30-year-old adults that get pushed around. My boy, 52-year-old fucking dude. They had this dude working 16 days straight. Me and him were stuck in this store together every single day. You bet your ass it got toxic. It got toxic as fuck. There was days. He and I were two incredibly sensitive people. You could feel it. You could feel the tension. I felt when he was poking me, but here's the thing about me. You poke, I bite. I snapped a couple times at him. And it took some time to do it. I let him get away with some shit. I let him say some shit to me that was like, yo, bro, watch it. And no, I didn't say it out loud because I'm the type of person that I have my boundaries, but I look at it like this. I don't gotta tell you what the fuck my boundaries are. You should know. Because they're pretty basic. Don't fucks with me if you don't want to be fucked with. You feel me? Watch your fucking mouth when you're talking to me. Watch your fucking mouth when you're talking to me. Hey, you know what? I may not be able to physically whoop the ass out of you, but I'll verbally whoop your ass. And I did one day. One day I fucking gave this guy a verbal beating. He actually had a hissy fit afterwards. I'm just gonna stop talking. Good idea. But I'm not. I'm gonna continue talking to myself. Because I need to talk. Because I'm about to have a massive breakthrough right now, and you cutting me off and telling me how I'm right, how I'm wrong, and how I should be thinking like this or that. What you're doing is you're fucking with my head now. You're disrupting me. And I'm not just talking so that you can hear me. I'm talking so I can hear myself talk. Yeah, it's some shit. But I feel better. I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I wouldn't. I regret nothing.